introducing section. So this week it's Paul Askew. He's from Liverpool. Absolutely brilliant. We just played his track, and hopefully you'll agree it was good. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you, okay?
Yeah, I love that track. We've literally just finished playing it.
I'm sorry I'm a bit early, but I was just going under instruction.
Oh, that's Janice for you. Oh, getting early on. She panics. She has the right flap.
Just made a surprise entrance for you there.
Hey, mate,
it's not interrupted the show too much.
No, it's perfect because we just played your track and we're just saying how how good it was. Mate, it's wonderful. Last week the Dictators were bopping to it when they came on, and there's a bit in there towards the end and towards the start. Sounds a bit like, I know you've not copied it, David Watts from the Jam, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, to be honest, so I've never heard that song before I did this track, amazingly. But the first person to say that was my dad when we left the studio and I played him in like the drive home, like the rough mix. And he's a massive Jam fan. He's from like that era.
Yeah, me too, mate.
He said it sounds like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So for people out there that are not, I'll have to cut this out when it goes onto YouTube. But listen to this. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't it. That was the end of your track.
Yeah.
It's a bit faster.
Even the drums.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's like it must be symbiotic from your dad, like a big Jam fan, and then yours. But and that's not slagging you off. I think it's brilliant. It's not cool. The same. So I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
It's the rock and roll riff. It's like, it's like, it's kind of that, just playing on that, but it is similar, like.
Yeah. As soon as I heard it last week, when that just sounds like David Watts from the Jam. Because I used to do a show, and I need to do it again, which was called, what was it called now? I can't think what it's called now. Basically, it was Challenge the Presenter, Freestyle Friday. Yeah. And I used to start the show, listeners used to put tracks onto a playlist that I didn't know about until the day I walked into the studio. I had a playlist there. I had to play a track, and while the track's playing, I had to think of another track to compete with it that sounded similar genre, similar vibe, and that would have been ideal. I'd have put those two together. Yeah, and I have to do it live.
It sounds a bit like the Stones as well. It sounds a bit like let's spend the night together, doesn't it? That track.
Yes, it does. But it's I love the sound, mate. It's a really, really big sound. Your vocals are on point, and it's absolutely brilliant. So, how did it all start for you, then, Paul?
How did it all start? Well, if we go back to 1963, I'm messing. I was 20. I suppose it started. I started learning guitar when I was 15.
Nice.
And it wasn't with any intention to be a singer-songwriter or anything. It was just to play my favourite tunes because I just wanted to express myself that way. And then after sort of a couple of years, I got into the knack of songwriting. I got into like bands like the Lars and the Smiths.
Oh God!
Really like sort of classic British bands. You know what I mean? Led Zeppelin as well, even the heavier side of things.
Oh, brilliant!
And then I just got just flushes of inspiration, which led me to writing, and then dabbled about for a bit with like a band. I started a band called The Callers, but it was right before lockdown, so it was really difficult to try and get off the ground and just find band members. So sort of in about, I think it was like April 2021, as we were coming out of lockdown, I just thought I want to go solo. So I went solo, and then basically it's just been since then, just picking up gigs and releasing singles and snowballing. Just that really. Just started from just learning guitar, not even singing, nothing.
Awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. So with your music then, if you're a solo artist, who does all the instruments? You get session bands in. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, I've got like a core couple members, like me guitarist and me bassist.
Right.
Ty and Jamie. Ty's my bassist and Jamie's my guitarist.
But
when I with certain things like some demos and stuff, like I'll play the stuff myself, like at home. But when we go in the studio, I'll try and use them. And I've used like different drummers across the years, but they're just hard to keep hold of. You know what I mean?
They are. Get good drummers. They're hard. They're hard. Hey, and if you find it hard in Liverpool, imagine what they're like in Norfolk. We had that conversation the other week with a band, and
Yeah,
they're
it's just you find them, but it's like it's because it's obviously, I take it you probably know what Liverpool's like with the scene. It's so like bustling. It's like you find them, but they're in like 3 other bands, so they just can't commit to you right there and then. It's like you'd have to snap them up. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's tough in it, and they move about, and a lot of people playing different bands, and it's like I say, it's pretty tough. Yeah, I do know Liverpool because my wife's from Rainhill and I'm from Manchester, so yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I know Liverpool quite. I've probably been to Liverpool in the last 20 years more than I've been to Manchester, to be fair. It's good, vibrant scene. In it, you know, music, bars, and so it's lovely in Liverpool. I really like it.
Yeah, it's a great city. Yeah, I mean, it's what's great about it is it's a good size as well. I don't think it's too big or too small. Like you can live there and have loads to do, but it's not too vast. We just like, you know, it's chaos every day. You know what I mean? It's a good in between. I think. So,
I think you're right because obviously I live near Birmingham. You go there and it's absolutely bedlam. You know what I mean? It's second biggest city in the UK. It's absolutely massive. So you talked about some of your influences: the Strokes, the Beach Boys, nice. Oasis, the Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, and the La's. That must be your dad's playlist as well, mustn't it? That's your dad playing them.
Some of it. I mean, yeah. To be honest, I grew up right. I wasn't a musical kid, and so I never went to like. Well, I didn't start learning instruments until I was 15. I never did like music in school, nothing really, or did anything as a kid like that. But one thing I think I attribute to some of my artists I like now is growing up. Me and my dad and my brother and me, whoever else in the family, we go on a lot of like holidays growing up, sometimes to like Scotland or London or Wales or something. And so a lot of long drives. So he put on artists like the Beatles, David Bowie, Smiths, Metallica, Stereophonics, some of which I don't really listen to now. Like I don't really listen to Metallica, but you know, a lot of it went in. But at the time, I wasn't bothered. Do you know what I mean? It clearly went in because some of them I love now. So
yeah, it does.
Beatles and the Smiths and that. But then some I discovered by myself, like the Beach Boys and the La's and like. Sex Pistols, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, the Sex Pistols were phenomenal. So that was my music when I was growing up. The Sex Pistols, the Jam, people like that. Yeah. So lived there, been it. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. See, I can't even ask you the question that I normally ask bands, which sort of be you. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which band member would die first? I can't even ask you that, which is terrible. But what I can ask you is, have you had any disasters on stage? Because at the time they're really traumatic, but afterwards they're quite good.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, one that comes to mind now is I'm pretty sure it was my first gig, or if it wasn't my first, it was my second, but it was in the same venue. That's why I can't really remember. It was in a place called the Irish Centre in Liverpool, and I was supporting. Barry Sutton from the La's, he was one of the ex-members, and I was using my acoustic guitar, and it died like mid-gig. But instead of it just going silent, it made this like really loud, like almost I would describe as like it sounded like there was a helicopter over the roof of the venue, like it was like that, but it's through the speakers, like a really low thudding kind of pulsing noise.
Oh my god!
And I just had to stop and swap guitars with someone who lent me the guitar mid-set, and it was just like, obviously it doesn't feel good, but after it, it's just like, I don't look back now and cringe, but back then it was tough, like, as a first, like, gig.
Yeah.
So,
good.
That was pretty bad, like.
You'll never forget that, and we've talked about it today, so you don't always remember when it goes swimmingly. You remember the highlights where, you know, something really good happened or something really bad, but, and the other thing of that is, You learn from it, don't you? My wife's a designer, a potter, and they say you never become a potter until you've opened the kiln and everything's exploded, because that's what happens. You know what I mean? The mistakes is what makes you better. So, no, cool. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So you've what's your plans this year? Have you got what gigs you running? Are you doing any festivals out? Is that anything from that?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some stuff lined up. I mean, I played a good festival last year. It was called Bickerstock, which was a lot of fun with my band. I was also due to play, what was it called as well? the name slips my mind, but it was a festival in Wales. But it was actually on our way there. It was called off because of the weather. We had like torrential rain. It was in like August as well, or September, I think. But so that was a bit of a shame, but they still paid us for it, which was nice and stuff like that. We just had to stay in Wales for a bit. But yeah, so hopefully them two this year. Now is the kind of time to like get some of the applications in for them. So some of them I'm still like keeping my eye open for, waiting to hear back. I've got my next gig is on the 10th of May, which is in EBGB's, which is a cracking venue in Liverpool. It's going to be supporting a band called The Memos.
Right.
We're doing their headline there. And that'll be with my band as well, so that should be exciting. And then, yeah, I've just had this tune out, but I think I'm probably going to get something else out before the end of the year as well. But yeah, just more of the same, and just get more involved with promotion, because nowadays it's like you've got to get on like TikTok and Instagram all the time just to like show yourself.
You have, mate. I did a series. I need to start again where, to be, and what I normally say is, no one gives a rat's ass about your music, no matter how good it is, even you. They don't. People don't care because it's that busy with music. But if people connect with you on social media and they see behind the scenes, or I don't know, it could be recording a record or talking about your guitars or whatever it is, then you build. You need to build a following that way, and that's the same for everyone really. Whatever people are doing, if you don't create a following, then you know it's no good. You can't just be good. And and you are, and there's loads of people that are brilliant, and some people don't even bother doing any social media, and you think they're missing a trick.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you want to achieve at the end of the day. I mean, if you want like to get somewhere with it, you'd have to. It's that thing. It's like you just have to join whatever's like the movement is like now. Like probably in like the 70s, it was like going to local gigs, which it still is now a bit, but primarily for like young people, especially, it's going on the phone and just like you scroll. Something's got to catch your attention in like 3 seconds. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's mad. Well, I can tell you exactly how it used to go back in the day. You used to go around to your mate and he'd go, "Have you heard this?" And he'd put a record on, and you listen to it and go, "I like that." And that's how I got into the jam. My best mate's brother was a bit older than us, and he had the jam albums. And I was like, "What's he playing in there?" And that's how I got into it. And and you would, and the way you promote yourself as an artist back in the days with flyers or putting posters up or stuff like that.
Everywhere,
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's tough, and it was easy to gig then, and there's more pubs and bars, and you know what I mean. So it's a bit more difficult now. We Believe Music say you're doing fab on TikTok. So what's your handle on TikTok? Paul Askew.
I think it's just Paul Askew 7. I can't remember why it's 7, but maybe Paul Askew was taken. But
probably
it's Paul Askew 7. Yeah. Well, if you type my name in, I'll come up. Like
good, as long as it's not Paul Askew.
Been, like, doing it more.
As long as it's not Paul Askew _, lift your left leg up, point to the sky, twirl round, load of asterisks and a few dots. As long as it's not nothing like
that.
Right, so go and follow him on the old TikTok, see what it's all about, see what he's got rocking on there. Janice has said, what'd she say? I saw that before. Who would you like to gig with is a question. I saw it somewhere and I can't find it now. But yeah.
Who would you like to gig with?
Yeah.
What, like dead or alive? Or?
Well, you choose. It's your interview. Yeah, dead or alive.
When you say gig with, now, would you say like on stage with them or support them?
No,
what do you reckon?
I reckon on stage. Well, you could got two things, but on stage with them, I think being in the band. Yeah.
I'd love to get. I mean, I love a band called Catfish and the Bottlemen.
I like them. I do like them.
Yeah, but they've kind of disappeared again now. But I'd like to, because I love like their kind of like energy live and stuff, and that'd be cool play on stage. I think as well, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. I'd like to be on stage with them. That'd be cool because I'm very left inspired by like his music.
Yeah.
And I think musically I could keep up a bit with that kind of thing compared to if I was on stage like Motorhead or something. Do you know what I mean?
I don't see you playing with Motorhead at all. But I see that. No, the Gallagher's. I mean, I've just put the picture down here because it fell off the wall and my frame's broke. Yeah. But I've got a picture here of Liam and Noel, and absolutely brilliant. And I see you've got BDI on your T-shirt as well.
Yes. Are you aware of them? Are you?
Hey.
You're aware of them?
Who?
BDI.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, really fair play. Some people don't know who they are.
But yeah, it's good. It's good, isn't it, people? It's good. There's
Yeah.
some absolutely brilliant music out there. And Noel, I
Yeah.
think Noel would fit really well with your sound as
Yeah.
well. I think
Yeah,
Noel
it's kind
more
of,
than Liam.
yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Or like, just someone like that, like, I think, where I could just, like, have fun on stage and kind of know the vibe. And, like Cast as well. Like, Cast, that kind of, like,
Oh yeah.
I can see, like, a bit of, like, I feel like I'm a bit influenced by, like, that kind of sound as well. Do you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
think they're very. I don't know whether everyone was aware of Cast. With one
Yeah.
of the bands that I think, yeah, absolutely wonderful sound. They're Liverpool, aren't
Yeah,
they? They're
decent
Liverpool
band, yeah.
based. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
fantastic. That's fantastic.
Really
So
good.
what a great place to grow up as well and live. And so what do you do for work? Do you working or you not full?
Yeah, yeah. I work, probably some of your listeners might know, there's a company, I work for a company called PMT, which, like, the one of, like, the top, like, music retailers in, like, the UK. So just sell, like, guitars and basses and stuff. And I work in
Oh.
the head office in Liverpool. So yeah, I just work there. So it's good. It's good. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Well, that's nice because you're in the industry, aren't you? I mean, I'm an
Yeah.
absolute
Honestly, it's great.
I'm a motorcycle nut, right?
Yeah,
I've got
yeah,
several bikes, and
yeah.
that's what I do. That's what I do for a job to earn a bit of money to keep funding this. I test ride motorcycles. So I mean, you know what I mean,
That must be great though. If you that sounds great if you like motorcycles though. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's not nice in the winter, but now the weather's changing. It's
Yeah,
gorgeous. But honestly,
yeah.
when it's about 0 degrees and you're doing 80 mile an hour,
Oh
it
yeah,
gets a bit
yeah.
cold round and round the track for
You
hours.
feel it all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not nice, mate.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like a dream, innit? You know what I mean? Ride a
Mhm.
motorcycle and that's what you're into. Same with you. You're into music, and if you're in the industry,
Yeah,
that is brilliant. Has there
yeah.
got
It's
any
brilliant.
questions? Oh yeah, I found that's come through now. TikTok. That's wonderful. There's normally something. We normally get some other questions. I can't think what they are now. It eluded me. So did you say you've got some So you said something about you're going to release some more music. So you've released this track now.
Yeah,
What are you doing? Waiting
yeah.
until the end of the year and releasing some more?
I think so. Yeah, I think it'd be like a bit rude probably not to, because, like, obviously we've got a lot of the year left, and there's after I do a track, like, whenever I release a track, there's always an urge for me to go a bit, like, not do like the same kind of one again or so soon. So my next track, I've got, like, ideas of what I want it to be, and it probably something a bit more, like, not as intense, like almost a bit not like a ballad, but kind of like a bit more middle of the road, kind of
Yeah.
like tempo, maybe mid tempo. More about, like, the tune and, like, the attack. Of, like, this one is like, I think it's like, I think it's balanced in the way that, like, I think the tune comes out in this one, but there's a lot of, like, attack and, like, intensity, whereas the next one will be a bit more just, like, soulful and tuneful. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, probably maybe that, and like a B side as well, or something. So I like doing, like, even though there's no B sides on Spotify, I like doing, like, another single as well. I've done that before, where I've had, like, 2 tracks, and, like, one of them's like the B side. You know what I mean? So I might do, like, an acoustic thing as well. I've not
Nice.
done that yet.
Yeah, that's good. So what's your inspiration for your tracks? Where does that come from? Is it when you're sat in the bath, or what inspires
Yeah.
you?
I wish I had a bath in this flat, but I don't. Just in the shower. But,
All right, when you're in the shower.
yeah, it's become all sorts. I think this. I mean, literally, sometimes, like, I'll be doing something and you think it can be like, I think of a title first, and then that'll inspire, like, the mood to write, or the story, whatever. Sometimes it's just a chord progression or a riff, or you think, oh, I want to write a song about that, like a concept in your head. Sometimes you hear a band and you go, what if I wrote a song like for instance, I remember for ages I was like, I want to write a song like the Birds, with that band, the 60s, and I did it, and that was like, that's what I mean by, like, sometimes I have, like, a concept. I'm not trying to rip them off, but just have, like, an inspiration.
So which track was that?
It was a track called Before the Day Gets Dark, so it's unreleased.
Oh right, okay. I was just looking for it.
Yeah, it's on my TikTok, actually, so people can check it out on my Instagram, and I'm really happy with it. But if you listen to it, you kind of know, oh, it's got that kind of thing. But it's honestly, it's a million different things each time. It can be anything.
Brilliant. See, I suppose the challenge or not challenge, this is just me because I've never been in a band, but I've been in groups of people. There's an advantage of being a solo artist because it's down to you. You can release what you want and you get other people to help you along with it.
Yeah.
But I presume the downside is when you're in a band, someone will go, oh, what about this? And I've thought about this track and this sound, and here you go, I've got this riff for you. Have a listen to this, Paul, see what you think. So I think potentially you miss out on that, whereas does that make sense?
100%, yeah, to be honest, it's totally a double-edged sword, because I went solo because I tried it with a band for a bit, and just being who I am, like, I just have, when I sort of write a song and want to create, record it, I've got a lot of ideas that I want to execute, and sometimes they're not all good, like they aren't. But that's where, like, the producer steps in, or some people in my band, like, because even though, I'm solo and I've got band members, I don't view them as, like, just like a backing, like, we are like a band, you know what I mean? And I've known them for years. And so I always say to them, just throw your ideas at me, and, but the beauty is I get to veto it, because it's my name. So that's the beauty of it. Whereas in a band, you have to compromise, and I get that, because it's a band, it's not one person. But it's just for my needs, it's suited. But because I'm in a band as well as this. And we it's, you get that different dynamic, and it is like great sometimes where you get a better idea. But when you're solo, it's like you have to just, chip away at it yourself. If something's not working, you can't ask anyone else if you're at home. So
true. Excellent, mate. Excellent, absolutely wonderful. So, where do you see us? What's your target? What's your dreams and ambitions? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to get to?
Ambitions is like big as it can get, really. To be honest, as anyone would want to. But I think now it's like, it's just, I want to write, like, every song I write, I want to do better than last. I want to write, like, I just want to write, like, the best songs, really. I want to gig in new places. I want to, like, just, like, create followings so I can go on, like tours and stuff. And just have, like, people who just, like, a growing audience, people who love music. That's literally, if I get that, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, that is it. But obviously, just doing a bit every day or most days to try and grow it bigger.
Sound. It's all right. You're off screen now. I've just pressed on something. That's what you get when you fiddle about. So it's all right. I'll bring you back on now. I was just checking something, and he changed the screen and put my search up. Right. Never mind.
You're still on my screen. It's all right.
Put my WhatsApp up. There's nothing dodgy on it, so we're all right. But there was something else that got to me, and I was trying to think. Oh yeah, that's it. If you go currently when you're gigging, do you tour around? And if you so there's a few questions here. If you tour around, do you tend to go on with other bands with a producer, or do you tend to do something yourself and bring people on? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, do you mean with like a promoter? You mean, or like
do you do tours, and how does that work? So
I've done working with promoters, but I've done some shows just by myself, like when it's been like more locally. Like in Liverpool, we did, like, for instance, last year I did like an acoustic gig, but with my band, and it was in this like brilliant venue called Prohibition Studios. Really nice. If you give it a Google, it just looks great. It's great for like little kind of intimate band gigs. So there's like 3 of us. So that was like by myself and stuff, and I played like the Jacaranda and stuff, like a headline that like last year, and like sold it out and stuff. But when it's like out of the city, I just work with promoters. So you get to meet, and it's a good way of meeting new bands and meeting promoters and different venues. Because obviously, when you're in a new city, you don't want to book a gig yourself if you've not really got a following there, because like it'll just be a catastrophe. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to get on with like a promoter in the area who can get you on a gig that might get a few people there. Do you know what I mean? You just get more fans then. But yeah, I've done some like shows, like not like proper tours, but I've done like when I was like sort of like full band shows, and like I remember like 2023 we did a lot like around the country, like like Manchester and obviously Liverpool and like Nottingham, Birmingham, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I was just looking at Prohibition Studio, and
it's lovely. Yeah,
it looks good. So
very nice.
Yeah, it looks cool. Has it got? Is the bar like a Prohibition as well? Like back in?
It's like you go in, like it won't probably show on Google, but you go in and like the bar's like it's like a bit round the corner from where like just the gig room is, and it's just like a little. It literally is just like it's just a very small bar.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So people, if you go to Facebook and Paul Askew, you see there on stage. We're in Prohibition Studios. There you go. So go check it out. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Cool. Just give you a follow now. Should have done that before the show, shouldn't we? But yeah, brilliant. So go and check him out. That's great, that mate. I like it. And it's good when you've got venues that are different, isn't it? Quirky, or they've got a theme rather than the same just black room with a stage. It's nice when you've got something
every
a bit
venue's different. There's no two venues the same, really.
It's cool. It's cool.
You know what I mean?
It's cool. Wonderful. So, is anything I've not asked you?
Anything you've not asked me,
or anything you want to promote or talk about? Do you know what I mean?
For the time being, I think just give us a follow on the socials, and just if you want to support me, that's great. Give a stream to the new single. Have a listen to my other tracks, see if you like them, because they're not all like just what you want. There's some like stuff that sounds like a bit more 60s influenced. There's some stuff which is quite garage rock, I suppose, like this new one. Just check me out and you might find something new you like. That's all I can ask, really. Yeah, I've covered the gig in 10th of May, EBGBs, yeah. Excellent.
Well, music's fab, mate. You're great to interview as well. Great to chat to. And you're very talented. And people, go and check him out. Thanks for giving us your time.
No worries. Thank you for getting me on.
I appreciate the band. I'll tell you what I've not asked for. She'll shout at me. An artist drop. Can you say this is Paul Askew and you're listening to DuggystoneRadio?
Yeah. This is Paul Askew. Listen to DuggystoneRadio.
Brilliant, mate. Reason we do them, you see, because when artists get really famous, like you will, we can play that and they go, "How did you get Paul to do that?" And we go,
"Yeah."
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like our prepayment for future success.
You got it in the bank. Yeah.
We're not fucking daft. And they'll go, "What's that? How have you got that?" Your management team will come and take that off. It's not authorised. Nah, he sent that to me. We did that before you even got involved with it.
AI they'll be able to use AI just to get him to say anything, so you can say that. Mate,
you can do that. You can do that now. If you go on and watch all these Joe Rogan promoting these things, it's not even Joe Rogan. So AI is crazy, and that's the other thing. I was doing a thing about AI, and I'm going to let you go in a second just to finish it off. I've created a couple of tracks with AI, not because not because I think it's got a value. The reason is I'm saying to bands, you've got to keep it real, because I can go and produce this stuff over here. It's massive in Japan at the minute, and it's only going to grow. Not saying it's great. I'm not saying it's better than the bands, but bands need to connect. Otherwise, this faceless thing called AI is going to take your is going to take your music. That's what's going to happen.
So bad.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Yeah. But anyway, keep plugging away. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing your TikToks, and it's been great to chat with you. And we'll keep in touch. Tell Janice anything you're working on. It's not a one-hit wonder, so if you want to come on again, just give us a shout. We'll get you back on, and we'll have a chat with you.
Lovely.
All right, mate.
Thanks very much, Kay.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate.
We'll get on with the show. Thanks very much, Paul. Take care. So that's Paul Askew, people, on Introducing. Go and check him out. Absolutely wonderful artist from Liverpool. And we're going to carry on the show now with another band that will be on the drum kit over there. They'll be on that drum kit in the next few months, and they're called Stride, and this is Talk of the Town.